spider plant, scientifically known as the chlorophytum comosum, is a captivating and elegant houseplant admired for its unique beauty. One of the most common problems that the spider plant experiences is the brown tips on the leaves. These unsightly brown tips can detract from the overall beauty of the plant. In this video, I'll be sharing some effective tips and tricks to prevent brown tips and help your spider plant thrive. Tip number 1 is light. The first key factor to preventing brown tips on your spider plant leaves is providing the right amount of light. Spider plants thrive in bright indirect light, mimicking the dappled sunlight they would receive in their natural habitat. This means placing your spider plant near a window with a sheer curtain or a few feet away from a sunny spot in your home is the best. It's important to avoid exposing your spider plant to direct sunlight, as it can lead to leaf burn and, you guessed it, those undesirable brown tips. If you don't have a naturally lit area in your home, you can also use a grow light. Full spectrum grow lights like the Mother Spectrum grow light or Soltech lights are fantastic options, as they provide the right spectrum of light for optimal plant growth. Did you know that the intensity and duration of light exposure can also impact the occurrence of brown tips? Excessive light exposure can actually cause the chlorophyll, which is the green bits in the leaves, to break down, leading to cell stress. The cells get stressed and they eventually die. And when these cells die, that leads to development of the brown tips. And that's why it's very important to strike a crucial balance between light, too much light and too little light. And there's a link in the description below to a scientific article that explains what happens to a plant when there's actually excessive light. Consider adjusting the distance between your spider plant and the light source. This can be done by moving your plant closer to or further away from the window, or adjusting the height of your grow light. Additionally, keep track of the duration of the light exposure. You're looking for 12 to 14 hours. You're not wanting to have that grow light on all day. And by all day, I mean 24 hours. You don't want to overwhelm the amount of light. Did you know that the minerals in the water can impact the health of your spider plant? Let's review that in tip number 2. So tip number 2 is the type of water. Spider plants are particularly sensitive to the minerals present in the water, which can contribute to development of the dreaded brown leaf tips. Water from various sources contains minerals such as calcium, magnesium, and potassium, and these minerals are essential for the plant to grow and to develop. However, when these minerals are present in excessive amounts, they can become problematic for spider plants. Chlorine and chloramine are very common disinfectants added to tap water to kill bacteria and other harmful organisms so that we can drink the water. Now, while they serve an important purpose in ensuring that the water is safe for humans to drink, these minerals can have an adverse effect on sensitive plants like the spider plants. They damage the delicate tissues of the spider plant leaves, and that again leads to the brown tips and overall stress. It can also affect the beneficial microorganisms that are present in the soil if you're using soil to grow your plants. So overall, the plant health is actually going to be disturbed because of the type of water that you're using. Fluoride is also sometimes added to tap water, and that helps give us our beautiful smiles. But it is a bit problematic for spider plants. They do not like it because it disrupts photosynthesis and nutrient uptake, and that leads to stunted growth and leaf discoloration. In very, very severe cases, you might even have, again, the brown tips. So to minimize the negative effects of chlorine, chloramine, fluoride, and others, it's important, recommended, to use water that's free from these substances. Rainwater, filtered water, distilled water, these are all very good alternatives, as they typically have lower concentrations of these chemicals. So grab yourself some rainwater and away you go. Now, if you must use tap water because you have no options like me, There are a few methods that you can use to remove or reduce the chlorine or the chloramine. So you can allow the water to sit uncovered for 24 hours, and this is said to allow the chlorine to evaporate. But this is not effective for removing chloramine, so that's where light comes in. UV light is an effective way of removing both chlorine and chloramine. So the UV light breaks down the chemicals, doesn't affect the taste of the water and the performance, but you're leaving your water out in the sunlight. That could be a bit difficult for most people. Using a filter, a carbon activated filter like those found in water filter pitchers or tap attachments, they actually help remove the chlorine and some of the chloramine from the tap water. However, these filters do not effectively remove fluoride. Now, that's where we go into reverse osmosis water. If you have a reverse osmosis filtration system, this will effectively remove the chlorine, the chloramine, fluoride, and other contaminants. And this provides the highest quality of water that you can get for your indoor plants, but it can be expensive, requires installation. I certainly don't have one in my home. So probably collecting rainwater and using it to water your house plants might be a natural and effective way of avoiding the chemicals that might disturb your plant. So if you are going to be collecting rainwater, make sure that your container is clean, free from other contaminants, and that should relatively be okay. But I water my plant with normal tap water, so there's nothing I can do about that because I'm not willing to go down that road of treating my water. But remember, the quality of the water that you provide plays a significant role in the overall health of your spider plant. So paying attention to this might actually help preventing those brown tips and promote optimal growth, and it might look like this. The next thing is humidity. Spider plants are native to regions which have high humidity. They're tropical plants, so it's crucial to replicate their preferred environment indoors. They thrive in moderate to high levels of humidity, and maintaining that humidity can significantly reduce the occurrence of the brown tips. When the humidity is very low, the stomata, which are the pores in the leaves, they're small opening in the leaves, and they're responsible for the exchange of gases, which helps the plant photosynthesize and respire. They close to prevent excessive water loss, and that limits the plant's ability to take in carbon dioxide and release oxygen. And this affects photosynthesis, it affects the plant nutrition, and generally affects the overall plant health. By providing the right amount of humidity, you're creating a more favorable environment for your spider plant, allowing it to thrive and reducing the occurrence of brown tips. A humidifier is the ideal solution for increasing indoor humidity levels to benefit your plants. By emitting a fine mist of water vapor into the air, humidifiers help create a more suitable environment for plant growth. Tip number 4 is consistent watering. Spider plants require a balanced supply of essential nutrients and water. Overwatering a spider plant can result in brown tips on the leaves. When a spider plant receives excessive water, its root system can become waterlogged, leading to reduced oxygen availability to the roots. This is what causes root rot and results in root damage, and it can prevent nutrient uptake by the plant. The impaired nutrient uptake disrupts the balance of essential minerals such as calcium and boron, which are crucial for proper cell function and growth. Insufficient calcium can cause the plant to develop a condition known as tip burn, characterized by dead tissues at the leaf tips, which leads to the brown tips. Boron deficiency can also contribute to leaf tip browning. Surprisingly, underwatering also causes brown tips. When a spider plant does not receive sufficient water, it undergoes stress that impacts its overall health and leads to leaf tip browning. Remember, it's better to let the top inch of the soil go dry before watering again. If you're growing your plant in soil, using a moisture meter can be a valuable tool for achieving proper watering of a spider plant. A moisture meter measures the moisture content of the soil, providing a quantitative indication of when watering is necessary. By inserting the probe of the moisture meter into the soil near the plant's root zone, you can obtain a precise reading of the soil moisture content. This helps prevent guesswork and ensures that watering decisions are based on actual moisture conditions rather than visual cues alone. Using Leca is a great way of ensuring consistent water supply for your spider plant. Leca is a porous clay medium that provides excellent aeration and drainage for your spider plants. It retains moisture while allowing excess water to drain away, reducing the risk of overwatering and root rot. Using Leca can help to create a more consistent moisture level in the root zone and prevent those dreaded brown tips. Tip number 5 is you must fertilize your plants. When it comes to nutrients, spider plants are not very heavy feeders, but however, they do benefit from occasional fertilization to maintain their overall health. Opt for a balanced houseplant fertilizer. Apply the fertilizer every few months. Tip number 6 is pest control. Unfortunately, even spider plants can fall victim to pests like mealybugs or spider mites. These tiny intruders can cause stress to your plant, resulting in browning of the leaves. Regularly inspect your spider plant for any signs of infestation. Look out for small white fluffy patches, webbing, or tiny moving dots on the leaves and stems. If you spot any of these, it's time to take action by using effective pest control management methods. Remember to isolate the infested plant to prevent the pests from spreading to the rest of your plants. Tip number 7 is pruning and maintenance. Regular pruning is essential to maintain the overall health and appearance of your spider plant. When you notice brown tips or damaged leaves, it's important to remove them. Use clean and sharp pruning shears or scissors to make clean cuts, ensuring no jagged edges remain. By removing the browned portions, you're allowing the plant to focus its energy on healthy growth and rejuvenation. Cut the leaf to follow the natural shape of the leaf so it can blend in. The spider plant adds a touch of elegance to any space. In my next video, I'm going to unveil a collection of indoor plants with mesmerizing leaves that will leave you in awe, from the intricate patterns of the calathea to the dramatic foliage of the alocasia.